These are the top 10 best men's fragrances of all time. Number 10 spot, we got none other than the classic. You guys already know it. Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum, the most popular fragrance from the Dior Sauvage line. Super hyped up at one point. Now a lot of people hate it because everybody's wearing it. But the reason why everybody's wearing it is a testament to how good it is. It didn't get all those people wearing it for nothing. It didn't get all that hype at one point for nothing. Heavy dose of ambroxan, vanilla, lavender, bergamot. It just all worked out together to be an all-time classic. I don't think this fragrance will ever get old or will ever get out of style. At the number 9 spot, we got something else that was very hyped up at one point.
One most complimented fragrance by the amount of total compliments I've received is La Nuit de l'Homme.
Whatever, bergamot, lavender, cardamom is none other than YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. This is a really good night out fragrance, as the name suggests. La Nuit de l'Homme means the night of the man. It's a great going out fragrance, but also it's very versatile. Even though it's very cardamom heavy, the cardamom is a very mass appealing, warm feel to it that you can wear this all year round. I would try to avoid wearing it in the very hot weather, but this is a pretty versatile, hard to go wrong with fragrance. I also would say it is blind buy safe. At the number 8 spot, we got another beautiful lavender cardamom fragrance. Has some notes of watery notes. You got some citrus, you got some bergamot, grapefruit, pink pepper. Man, this is an absolute beautiful fragrance. It's called Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Most of you probably already know about this. Easily the best cheap fragrance of all time. It is so mass appealing and it's just absolutely amazing. If you weren't too into fragrances or you didn't want to drain yourself and spend tons of money on fragrances, you just wanted one good, cheap fragrance that doesn't smell cheap but got you covered for all occasions, extremely mass appealing, just great fresh smelling fragrance, there is no better choice than Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Easy 10 out of 10 fragrance. I can never see myself not going without this fragrance. It just works. It is so mass appealing. It's great for all year, all occasions. It's an easy 10 out of 10. At the number 7 spot, we got a fragrance you guys probably know. It's called Rasasi Hawas Ice. A lot of you are probably familiar with the OG Rasasi Hawas, that sweet plum DNA. Now, just imagine the same sweet plum, green apple, bergamot, citrus DNA you get in Hawas Ice, just made better. Same DNA in Hawas. Hawas Ice, fresher, mintier, just a way better version of Hawas. It smells less synthetic. There's not too much I can say about this fragrance other than it's possibly the best cheap freshie of all time. I think it is. I mean, what, $39.99 Canadian dollars for 100 ml? Man, you cannot go wrong with this. This stuff is beast mode. Absolutely beautiful stuff for the summer. And because it's a summer fresh fragrance, you can still wear it all year round. It's just amazing. Sweet plum notes, taken down a bit with the ice, and just a bit more fresher. Perfect balance. Amazing stuff. At the number 6 spot, we got a fragrance from the House of Bond number 9 called Greenwich Village. Now, before I get into the fragrance's notes, I will say I do understand why a lot of people don't like this fragrance. I've had it for a while now. The opening of the fragrance could come off as a bit of nail polish. It's not the best. It's not that good. But the reason why this is in the list is because it makes up for it in the dry down. The dry down is phenomenal. The dry down is so good that I'm okay with the harsh opening. The dry down is literally just, think of fresh floral notes with some lychee. There's a note of lychee in this fragrance, and it comes out so beautifully in the dry down. Also, I think out of all of the Bond fragrances, this is probably the best performer. Bond normally has an issue with performance and longevity. This is the best performing one. Because of that and the amazing dry down, you have notes of praline, vanilla, the lychee I mentioned, tangerine, I believe, peach. So peach with lychee. It's just a beautiful floral mix of sweetness and freshness. It's similar in the same vein of Baccarat Rouge 540, but I would say this is a lot more mass appealing, and you're probably gonna like this more because of the mix with the lychee and the praline notes. Buy this, I would say it's worth it. Just let it dry down, let it macerate for a bit, and it will get better. That's why this is in my top 6. Beautiful fragrance from Bond. Breaking into the top 5, we got a fragrance from Lattafa. Possibly the best date night winter cheapie ever. A lot of people don't think of it when they think of Lattafa. It's called Lattafa Teriak Intense. Man, something about this fragrance is so addicting. Cinnamon, plum liquor, saffron. This is phenomenal. There's nothing else I can really say about it. It's phenomenal. If you're a big fan of the Angel Share DNA, but you wanted something not as heavy, a bit more sweet, still has that liquor, whiskey, whatever you want to call it, DNA. Has that sweet liquor DNA, but it's not heavy on liquor. You have a perfect balance of sweetness as well. This is what you go for. Teriak Intense. This stuff is so addicting. Performance is actually not too bad, I'd say. The longevity, 8 hours, moderate projection. This is a solid fragrance, man. You can't go wrong with this fragrance. That's why it's in my top 5. I really think this is one of the best fragrances ever. It's a bold claim, but it is. It's easily the best Lattafa ever. But something about this fragrance has such an addicting note with the sweet plum liquor. It's so different than anything else I've smelled that I had to put it in this list. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The number 4 spot, we got none other than Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I've talked about this a lot recently. Vanilla, lemon, pink pepper, citruses. This smells like a lemon meringue pie. It's just sweet vanilla lemon. Man, it's beautiful. The performance and longevity on this aren't that great. If it was any better, if the performance and longevity on this was any better, this could easily be at my number 1 spot. The reason why it's at 4 is because it just smells so good. Performance and longevity are terrible, but man, the smell, it's so addicting, so mass appealing. If you wanted to wear gourmands more often, but you're worried about it being too cloying, too sweet, and not too easily mass appealing. I'm not saying this is a gourmand. It is a fresh fragrance, but because of that vanilla mix with the lemon, it just gives you that bit of gourmand edge to it while still being fresh. It's so addicting. I absolutely love this fragrance. Really good stuff from Chanel. Now that we're in the top 3, anything from here on out is really interchangeable. To kick us off, at 3rd place, I got another fragrance from the House of Bond. Some fragrance you probably have all heard of, called Bond Number 9 New York Nights. Now, I mentioned earlier how Bond fragrances typically have performance and longevity issues. This is one of them. But like Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche, the smell is just absolutely amazing. Caramel, banana bread. That's what I get from this fragrance, and that's what most people get from it. It is a beautiful gourmand fragrance with also some freshness to it. It is mainly gourmand. I would save this for the winter time and fall time and special occasions. Man, this stuff is really addicting smelling. When I had first bought a decan of it a while back, I wasn't a fan of it. I honestly thought it smelled terrible. Fast forward a week, I'm buying a full bottle of this. That's how good this stuff is, and that's also an important lesson for people watching, that sometimes you just have to let the fragrance macerate. Give it some time, and it will change. Number 9, New York Nights. Man, easily top 3 fragrance of all time. When this finishes, I will for sure be buying another bottle of it. At the number 2 spot, I got what I think to be the best designer of all time. A fragrance that is just amazing. At the runners-up spot, Azzaro, the Most Wanted Parfum. Very simple note breakdown too. Woods, bourbon, vanilla, ginger. The reason why I love this fragrance so much is that it is a gourmand fragrance with that hint of ginger, making it also have a slightly fresh edge to it. I honestly think you could wear this pretty much all year round. In the very hot weather, I wouldn't wear this, but man, the vanilla with ginger, and then you have the woods too. It just works, man. It just works. It's such a beautiful fragrance. Like, you get almost a sparkling feel out of this fragrance because of that ginger. It takes the vanilla and just gives it a fresh, easygoing feel. Super mass appealing, extremely addictive smelling. This is an easy must have in your collection. This is a perfect 10 out of 10. I can't see myself going without this fragrance. It is so beautifully blended. Finally, at the number one spot, the fragrance you've all been waiting for. The best fragrance of all time, in my opinion. It's not mass appealing. It's not easy wearing. It's not something you can wear every day. It's definitely a special occasion scent. The best fragrance, none other than Smoking Hot by Kilian. This is one of those fragrances that when I first smelled it in Sephora, I said, man, I have to get this. I used to go into the mall and just spray this one on. This is such a good fragrance. You won't find this on discounters pretty often. I was lucky that they brought it on Fragrance By a few weeks back, but it's almost non-existent on the gray market. This is green apple smokiness. Just take a smoky, fresh green apple, almost like a hookah or shisha, if you're familiar with that. Tobacco, vanilla. But the main thing I get from this is just pure green apple with shisha. Pure smoky green apple. Amazing stuff with absolutely killer performance. Performance and longevity, easy, 10 hours for me. Moderate projection, just an amazing scent. It is so unique too. You're probably not going to ever smell anybody wearing anything remotely similar to this. This is definitely a fragrance you should gatekeep.